Hey, thanks a lot for joining, spending some of your valuable time with me. I'm Lorenzo, and this is Handles. Let's dive right in. When did you lose your action figures? I'll ask again. When did you lose your action figures? Everyone has a grip on life. Everybody feels like they have a handle. Afraid to share the mistakes. The stories are what connect us. They are the key. We're running out of time. So as a child, I used to have action figures that I enjoyed playing with. These action figures consisted of Ninja Turtles, DC Comics, G.I. Joes, He-Man. I mean, I had them all. They were all in this brown wicker basket with a handle on them. Loved them, right? They were my lifeline to everything. Every time my parents would go to the store, the first thing I would do is run to the register to see if they had some hanging there, because if they did, I was going to ask my mother and my father, hey, look, can I grab that, right? That's the new Spider-Man. I don't have that action figure, and he has the new webs. Can I please get that action figure? As you guys know, sometimes the answer was yes, sometimes it was no. But it's what I did with these action figures that was the most important piece. See, what I used to do is I used to take these action figures home, spread them out on the floor, and I would put them in certain positions as if they were on a football team. You have your offensive line, your defensive line, you had receivers, defensive backs, you had running backs, linebackers, you had a quarterback, you had safeties. Everybody that was on the team was there, and they played a part. And what I want to do is consistently run plays with them. This running back would run this way, this wide receiver would make this catch, this defensive back would make this tackle. Absolutely loved it. And I would do this all day long. I would spend my time doing this on the floor with the action figures and then translating that to real life, going out to play with my fellows out there on the street and trying to run the same plays or duplicate the process that I had indoors on the floor with my action figures. So I invite my buddy Josh over one day. Comes into the room, first thing he sees, he says, hey, what is that stuff in the corner? I pull out the brown wicker basket. I say, hey, these are my action figures. Look at them. There's some Ninja Turtles in there, some DC Comics. Oh man, this is cool, man. This is great. As soon as we finish playing video games, let's mess around with these. I said, no problem. We can do it. Had a great day. As soon as he left, I went back to doing what I do best, messing with my action figures, right? The next day at school, guess what? Teacher says, career day. Man, I'm elated, right? I already know what she's gonna say. So she says, class, I want you to put together what you wanna be when you grow up. Write it down, draw it, whatever makes you feel good, but as soon as you get done, I need you to raise your hand because we need volunteers to come up front and share with the class. You already know, I was one of the first to get done. What did I do? Shoot that hand up. Teacher, I'm ready. Great, Lorenzo, you'll be the first to go. Come on up front to the class. I confidently go up front, turn around, share to all my fellow students, say, hey, this is what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be a football player when I grow up. No exit strategy. All I'm gonna do is be a football player. As soon as I get done, teacher says, Lorenzo, amazing job. I get a standing ovation. I walk back through the aisle, going to my desk, high-fiving the fellas, winking at the girls, they're winking back. I sit in my chair. As soon as I sit in the chair, I get people rubbing my shoulders saying, man, you are the man. I said, thank you. Fast forward, I'm now in middle school, right? Inviting some of my fellows over. What are we gonna do? Play some video games, hang out outside, throw a little bit of the football, play basketball. As soon as we get done, we come back inside into the room, and the first thing they say is, hey, Lo, what is that at the end of your desk? I said, oh, over there by the desk and by the bed? They said, yeah, what is that stuff? So, oh, those are my action figures. So I pull out the brown wicker basket, show them what the action figures are in there, and they're like, what are you doing with those? Do you play with them? I said, no, I just mess around with it a little bit. Like my sister has nothing to do or she wants to play around, and we just kind of play around like that. Ha ha, that's what I do. They said, oh, okay. And we get back to our video games. As soon as they leave that evening, I go back between the desk and at the end of the bed, I grab that brown wicker basket and I say, look, I got to do something with these. So I decided to put them in my closet. I put them in the corner, right? So I can still have access to them when I need them, but then I don't have to explain it to anybody else that comes over. Next day we get to school. Teacher says, team, today we're going to focus on career day. What do you want to be when you grow up? Tell me what your occupation is going to be. Tell me how you're going to support your family. So of course I look around the class. I hear people say, oh, I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be a lawyer. Ooh, I'm going to run my own business. Oh, I'm going to run a construction company. Here I am. I know exactly what I want to do, but no one else in the class wants to do it. And I'm afraid how I'm going to be accepted with it. So she says, once you're done writing down what you're going to do, let us know so we can get a few volunteers to share. Now, I've never had a problem sharing, clearly. So what do? Raise my hand, I go up front. This time I water down what I want to do. I don't necessarily say I want to be a football player. I say I want to do something in the sports world. As soon as I get done, the teacher says, pretty good job, Lorenzo, thanks for sharing. I walk back down the aisle. I don't get many high fives, but my partner in the corner says, good job. And I said, thanks a lot, bro. I wink at the girls. They're kind of not looking my direction anymore. I sit down in my seat. I'm expecting someone to start rubbing my shoulders, telling me great job. The rub never comes. Fast forward. Now we're in high school. So in high school, I invite my fellows over. What are we going to do? We're going to play some video games. We're going to talk on a cell phone. We're going to try to go to the mall. We're going to do everything that's inappropriate. That's what we plan on doing in high school now. Come on over, fellas. I got the perfect house to do it. Parents ain't home. Fellas, come on in. As soon as they come in, we're getting ready to play the video games. They say, hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's getting chilly outside. If we're going to go to the mall, I'm going to need an extra jacket because I have nothing. I said, man, calm down, relax. If you need a jacket, just go in the closet, grab a jacket, come on out. As soon as we get finished with the video games, we're going to roll out. No big deal. 10 seconds later, I hear somebody say, what the hell? I stop what I'm doing, drop the remote control. I walk around the corner into the closet. I said, what's up, bro? He says, what the hell is that in the corner? I look in the corner, my action figures. I said, oh, man, stop tripping. That's just something for a class project. Man, get your jacket and roll out. He said, oh, okay. Because at first I was nervous. I didn't know why you had action figures, Lorenzo. So what do? Next day at school. We get to class. What day is it? Lo and behold, career day. Nothing new for me. Done this 2-3 times before, right? Teacher says, we want to know exactly what you're going to do at the next level. If you're going to go to college, what are you going to make sure you major in, and how is that going to help you become an impactful citizen to the world? What are you going to do? Listen around in the class. Some of the class members are saying, oh, I'm going to be a psychologist. I'm going to be a counselor. Oh, I'm going to do this, be that. Thinking about running for senator. I know exactly what I want to do, right? But I'm not going to get caught up in this scheme again. I know how to work through this. Teacher says, once you guys get done, be ready to share. I've always learned, share first so you don't have to be the last person to get picked on, right? No problem. So as soon as I get done, I walk to the front of the classroom. But this time, I water down what I want to do even more. You know what? Fellow students, what I want to do is I want to do something that will impact the world from a sports perspective. As soon as I get done, the teacher looks at me and says, not bad, Lo. Wish you would have been a little bit more detailed, but not bad. I walk back through the aisle, getting ready to go to my chair. I look at my fellows, they're turning around, they're not looking at me. I look at the girls, I'm winking at them, they're not looking at me either. I sit down in my seat and I already know that shoulder rub isn't coming. Fast forward, here's college. Guess what? I decide I want to take a course called speech and/or public speaking. What do you know? One of the things we have to put together, teacher calls us in and says, guess what we're going to do? We're going to put together what exactly you do after you leave this specific class. How you're going to apply your specific pieces to everything out in the world. You're going to support a family. You're going to do everything. We just want to know how you're going to do it. We want you to put in an essay. Well, at this point, I'm stumped. I've done this 3 times before, right? So at that point, I was lucky enough to be going to university close to home. I shoot to the house. I go home. As soon as I get there, the whole family's there. 2 sisters are sitting there. The parents are sitting in there. I already know something's up. Sure enough, my parents are bitching out my sisters and not doing anything with their life. Not my problem. I stop the conversation. Say, hey, mom, dad, quick question. Got to put together this project at school about what I want to do and how I want to apply my degree and different things like that. And it just got me thinking about some other things. So really quick question for you guys. Where exactly did you put my action figures? You know, the Ninja Turtles, the DC Comics, the He-Man, the G.I. Joes. They were in like a brown wicker basket. Where did those things go? My mom looks at my father and says, son, we got rid of those things years ago. I said, why'd you get rid of them, Mom? She said, hell, we didn't know you were using them anymore. You see, after the conversation I had with my parents, it hit me. I'm the biggest barrier to my own happiness. I'm the biggest speed bump. It had nothing to do with outside influence. It had nothing to do with lack of support, nothing to do with education, acceptance, confidence. It had nothing to do with any of that stuff. I'm in my own way. I know exactly what makes me happy. I decided to move away from it because of everything else. That's my fault. Has nothing to do with anything or anybody else. So my ask is very simple. Please do not allow anything or anyone the opportunity to negatively impact your action figures. You know exactly what makes you happy. I highly suggest you find a way to get back to it. Team, as always, I appreciate you hanging out with me. If you like what you heard, if you feel like it adds value, hit that like button, subscribe to it. I'll catch you next time, right here on Handles.